Good morning. I'm Steve Jurens with your live Northeast Radio SD News for Friday, January 23rd, 2026. Your news this hour is brought to you by Watertown Development Company, Watertown's established economic growth and development professionals. Check out the no-cost online courses available to help local entrepreneurs. Learn more at WDCSD.com under the Events tab. The Watertown Development Company equals economic mobility. The Cottington County Treatment Court celebrated 4 new success stories Tuesday as it honored its 65th through 68th graduates. Presided over by Honorable Carmen Means, the ceremony marked the recovery journeys of Ashley Fentiman, Aaron Orris, Chantel Hart, and Harmony Likens. Fentiman achieved a rare distinction, earning both gold and purple cords for completing the program with 0 sanctions and a perfect record of negative drug tests over 966 days of sobriety. Orris, who contributed 100 hours of community service to the city of Clark, celebrated 500 days of sobriety. Hart and Likens both spoke to the power of regaining family trust, with Likens noting the program helped her, quote, start living for the sake of her young son. The treatment team, including law enforcement officer and human service agency, continues to support the program's mission of accountability and recovery. A Watertown business owner has been selected for a new statewide leadership initiative. The South Dakota Retailers Association introduced Lisa Converse of Element as a new member of its inaugural Next Gen Business Builders cohort. Converse joins 18 entrepreneurs in a 13-month program designed for those who have owned their business for 5 years or less or are on an ownership track. The group held its first meeting for this month, focusing on specialized training in artificial intelligence and customer service strategies. Other area participants include Hope Carrolls of Big Stone City, along with Amanda Dulitz and Bailey Meyer and J.C. Rudolph, all of Webster. Association Deputy Director Brooke Bowenkamp called the cohort, quote, impressive and energetic, noting the program provides a vital support system for new owners navigating the early stages of business development. The University of South Dakota is leading a new effort to remove online barriers for individuals with disabilities. The university recently launched the Center for Digital Accessibility, the first in-state resource of its kind. The center arrives just ahead of new federal regulations taking effect this April, which require state and local government websites and mobile apps to meet updated accessibility standards. Led by Dr. Angela Jackson, the center provides audits and document remediation to ensure digital content is readable for those who are blind, deaf, or have other learning challenges. Spokesperson Claire Hawkins says the hub positions South Dakota as national leader, helping local agencies avoid the high costs of out-of-state consultants. Jackson, who overcame a traumatic brain injury herself, says the mission is to ensure every student can interact with content to reach their educational goals. Student leaders from across the state are heading to state capitol next week for a firsthand look at South Dakota's lawmaking process. On Thursday, January 29th, participants in the Jobs for America's Graduates South Dakota program, or JAG-SD, will take part in Capitol Conversations. The event allows students to observe committee meetings and engage directly with legislators and lobbyists. Governor Larry Roden says the program helps students facing economic or academic barriers achieve their fullest potential. JAG-SD currently operates in 13 school districts across the state. Program Director Beth Schneider says the immersive experience helps students realize their potential for civic leadership and local impact. An 88-year-old woman was hospitalized following a 2-vehicle collision in Watertown on Thursday morning. The crash occurred just before 9 a.m. at the intersection of 5th Avenue Northeast and 4th Street Northeast. According to Watertown Police, the woman was driving a Lexus southbound when she attempted a left turn and crossed in front of a northbound Volkswagen. driven by a 31-year-old male. The woman was transported to Prairie Lakes Hospital with non-life threatening injuries, while the male driver was evaluated and released at the scene. The collision resulted in a total loss for the Volkswagen and an estimated $10,000 in damage to the Lexus. Authorities say the investigation is ongoing and charges are pending. Your news this hour was brought to you by Watertown Development Company, Watertown's established economic growth and development professionals. Check out the no-cost online courses available to help local entrepreneurs. Learn more at wdcsd.com under the Events tab. The Watertown Development Company equals economic mobility. Visit northeastradiosd.com for full news stories. Like, subscribe, and review our daily Northeast Radio SD News recap podcasts and uploaded live interviews. Sign up for our newsletter, arriving every morning at 6 a.m. And with today's local and state news from Northeast Radio SD Studios in Watertown, South Dakota, I'm Steve Jurens.
Love seeing an idea turned into a finished product? Sell 40